This is the ViewSonic LS740HD, and my honest first impression is that it punches above its size in brightness and setup flexibility, with one nagging issue that kept me on my toes. I brought it into real rooms with real light, meeting spaces with blinds open, a living room with lamps on, and it kept a crisp, readable picture where most projectors wash out. From my experience, that 5000 ANSI lumen rating isn't just a number on a box. Text stays sharp, colors pop enough to grab attention, and I didn't have to kill the lights to get work done or enjoy a game. On the outside, it has a clean, low-key look that blends in. The white chassis and compact footprint, about 11.3 by 8 by 5 inches, roughly 6.6 pounds, make it easy to move around or mount without drama. The build feels solid, the feet are sturdy for quick tabletop setups, and the manual zoom and focus rings give predictable control. Ports are simple and practical. 2 HDMI 1.4 inputs, a USB-A that powers a streaming stick, a 3.5mm audio out, plus control options like LAN and RS-232 for people running room systems. No built-in Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and the internal mono speaker is fine for quick slides, but not something I'd rely on for an event. I appreciate that it powers up and down fast, no long warm-up or cool-down routine, and it runs cooler than the bulb projectors I've used for years. Setting it up was easy. The throw ratio is rated 1.1 to 1.5, which matched my use. I got a 100-inch image from around 8.2 feet, and I also pushed it to a larger screen without moving the table by using the 1.3x optical zoom. That optical zoom matters because it doesn't blur the picture the way digital zoom can. The geometry controls are where this thing shines. HV Keystone and 4-corner adjustment saved my setup more than once when I couldn't center the projector. I even tried portrait orientation for a tall signage layout and had zero issues. The 360-degree projection support makes ceiling, floor, or angled shots realistic instead of a headache. Key features that stand out to me are the brightness, the flexible image adjustments, the instant on-off, and the way it fits different room sizes without fussy placement. It's 1080p, so it's not chasing 4K cinema credentials, but the full HD picture looks clean and detailed. Fine text in spreadsheets, architectural images with clear lines, and video that looks sharp from typical seating distances. In my opinion, the color is lively and pleasing out of the box, though you won't get deep black levels in a dark theater environment. This is a projector built to win in bright rooms, and it does exactly that. From my experience, the fan noise is noticeable in the standard brightness mode and more relaxed in eco. During presentations or action scenes, it fades into the background. During quiet movies, I could hear it if I listened for it. Input lag felt good enough for casual gaming. Racing, platformers, story games, nothing felt sluggish. Just a heads up, with HDMI 1.4, you're looking at 1080p and typical 60 Hz and there's no HDR. For streaming, I powered a Chromecast directly from the projector's USB port, which kept cables tidy. Now for the part I didn't love. I ran into an intermittent flash, an orange-yellow frame that popped up out of nowhere a couple of times across longer sessions. I tried different HDMI cables, different sources, and different power outlets. It didn't seem tied to heat or a specific input. It's rare, but it's there, and it's the kind of glitch that makes me nervous during client-facing moments. I reached out to support for guidance. If there's a firmware fix, I want it. Until then, I'd test your unit thoroughly in the same conditions you plan to use it. Everything else about the LS740HD builds trust. That random flash chips away at it. The points I like, and the ones that made me keep using it, focus on real-world wins. It's bright enough to ignore ambient light and keep sessions moving. The image controls are forgiving, so even when I had a poor throw angle or a less-than-ideal stand height, I could dial in a square, clean frame. The compact design made it easy to take between rooms without turning it into a production. The laser light source is a big quality-of-life upgrade. No lamp swaps, fast start-stop, and consistent performance from day to day. For signage demos, portrait mode is excellent. For a golf simulator setup, that brightness and a dedicated golf mode help the turf and sky look clean and punchy on an impact screen. It's perfect for classrooms, training spaces, conference rooms, and multi-purpose areas where lights-on viewing is the norm. I'd recommend this for presenters, facilitators, teams that move gear between rooms, and anyone who wants an easy setup with a big, punchy picture. If you run a streaming stick or a media player, you'll be up and running in minutes. If you're after a darkroom theater experience with rich blacks and cinema-grade color accuracy, this isn't that. Also, if your use case can't tolerate any visual glitches, museums, paid events, permanent signage, I'd do a careful test window or ask your reseller about the latest firmware status. In conclusion, the ViewSonic LS740HD nails brightness, size, and setup flexibility. The 1080p picture is sharp, the controls are generous, and the laser light source simplifies ownership. The HDMI 1.4 limitation and basic onboard audio are manageable trade-offs for what it does well. The wild card is the occasional orange-yellow flash I experienced. If that gets resolved for your unit, or if your environment can live with that small risk, you're getting a compact, powerful projector that thrives in bright rooms and makes daily operation simple. If not, it's worth confirming a fix or considering an alternative before committing. I'll leave the details about the ViewSonic LS740HD in the comments for you to check out. See you in the next video.